From the WCNY studios, welcome to Food for Thought.
Welcome to Food for Thought. I'm Chris Exaver, and I thank you for joining in today. Today's a really unique show that we're putting together for you. We're going to start with some fantastic food, and then we're also going to talk about the arts. So on the menu, First Friday in Skaneateles. What is it, and how can you get involved? We're going to share that with you today. And then also Parents for Public Schools. That will be in our second segment. So on the first Friday of each month, Skaneateles will become an art lover's dream. Here to tell us about the First Friday series in Skaneateles is Teresa Vitale. I don't say it like you do. I'm so sorry. Welcome to the show. Say it the way you say it.
It's Teresa Vitale.
Okay, Teresa. I'm not so good. Now, you're from Italy.
Yes, I was born in Sicily, in Porto Empedocle, Provincia Agrigento.
Okay. I asked you how long you've been here. I don't want you to give away the numbers because that's not fair, but a while.
A long time.
A long time.
I was 9 years old when I came to the United States.
What brought you to the United States?
Oh, my parents, they have family here, and he wanted to reconnect with them. And there was also the voice of prosperity in the United States.
The American dream, right?
The American dream. And we came here, sold everything, and sold our home that was for over 1,000 years old.
Wow.
And came to live to the United States in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn. And what brought you up to Skaneateles area?
My husband's a lover of horses, and we found a beautiful old farmhouse, 150 years old, and
not quite 1,000 years old, but
not 1,000, but it has so much history, and it's beautiful and well preserved. I call it rustic beauty. It really is.
And one of the things that you have there, you tell me, is a 2-acre garden. Oh my goodness! And you actually brought some canned goods with you today, and you're going to talk about cooking from the garden.
Oh yeah,
that's fantastic. All right. First, let me tell everybody what is cooking, and we'll walk through the recipe, and then we'll go into talking a little bit more about everything else. This is essentially Sicilian shrimps. Now, you say it how? Shrimps alla Siciliana?
Shrimps alla Siciliana.
Okay. Sicilian shrimps. That's what we're going to make today. For this, you're going to need a pound of frozen shrimp, some barilla pasta, white wine, crushed tomatoes, frozen pesto, as well as white onions, extra virgin olive oil, Parmesan cheese, and it's a Reggiano Parmesan cheese, a pinch of salt and pepper, and crushed dried sage. Additionally, some sugar and kosher sea salt. So that's going to put that all together for us. All right, let's go ahead and get busy cooking, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Skaneateles First Fridays as we're working.
Excellent.
What do we need to do?
Turn it on.
Okay.
And create the flame. So
all right.
Nice high heat.
And this is our olive oil.
It's extra virgin olive oil.
Now, is this a recipe from Mom? Is this a recipe that you worked on?
I never cooked growing up. This is all Mom's cooking. She's a fabulous cook, and over the years it has been great to take her recipes and adapt them more to now. Because Mom is forever strict about certain ingredients, and I've compromised some.
Yeah, sometimes you have to.
Yeah, it's very important because we have to be health conscious too.
Okay.
And most of our ingredients are really from our garden, down to the onion. I can everything. I do about 200 quarts of tomatoes.
Now, how do you
store
onions?
Well, the onions, I include them in our
in the canned items? Okay, so like a stewed tomato would have the onion inside of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask how you put that up.
Well,
back in the day, my grandmother had a root cellar.
I know, I wish. But what we do is I make also a soup from the garden, and it has everything, all the ingredients. Then I can come home, and within 20 minutes, we eat.
You're one of the only people out there who's canning, by the way.
We have to,
because
it is important. Our garden has grown. At first, everyone said, "Oh, it's so much work. You're going to end up, cutting down your garden." It has grown from a small little garden to almost 2 acres.
Yeah, that's
And it's
huge.
because we enjoy what we're eating, and we know what we're eating.
You know what you're eating, and you know it's fresh, and you're saving a tremendous amount of money too. I mean, you're out there working in it all the time, but you're saving a lot of money.
Not if you count the hours.
Yeah, right. Well, you're an artist. You're used to not being paid, right? So let's talk about that while we're cooking here. We're letting this sweat down the onions a little bit. And that's actually, by the way, that's
This is actual pesto, which each year, again, our garden has grown. I usually can freeze about 4 trash bags of pesto, of basil.
Wow.
It's amazing, but it's an excellent base.
So you make it into the pesto first, and then you put it into an ice cube
tray. I freeze it into ice cubes, and then it is a great base for meat, fish, pasta, as a spread.
Right.
And it's ready and prepared.
Is it true that you have to pick the basil before it flowers?
No, because we're always running late with everything, and there's flowers there. This taste is still flavorful.
It's still flavorful.
Good.
Okay.
It may not be as potent, but once you incorporate all the ingredients with it, you still have
it's fine.
Okay. Oh yeah.
All right, not that you're not a fabulous cook, and that's why we have you here, but you're also going to talk to us about Skaneateles First Fridays.
Yes.
So you're an artist. What is First Friday, number one, and then how did you get involved?
Well, I've been an artist for over 25 years, and last year we've joined a co-op. A Skaneateles Artisans is a co-op of 35 artists, and we all own it collectively together, and we man it ourselves. We have many different disciplines there and beautiful artists.
So when you say it's a co-op, is this a storefront we can go into to
Yes,
buy your art?
it's a gallery.
Okay.
And we man it ourselves, so we keep the expenses low and we keep our
And
prices.
where's that?
It's at 11 Fennel Street in Skaneateles. It's the
Skaneateles.
old McLaughlin building.
Oh, okay.
Right next to the old stone mill. It's a fabulous dwelling.
Oh, well,
And,
I'm sure you guys wouldn't want anything that's not fabulous to showcase your work.
You know something, it is truly from the outside is just, you know, a very simple plain building. When you walk in, you are completely mesmerized by the beautiful art that is in there.
And what kind of art would we, you know, sculpture, painting?
We have everything. We have sculpture, jewelers, pottery,
textiles.
Textiles. We are broadening our horizon. We are actually looking for quite a few more artists to join our establishment.
Must they be from the Skaneateles area?
They have to be within a 50 to 60 mile radius. Extremely important.
Okay, but that's not, you know, right within Skaneateles, so that's not so bad. Okay.
No, not at all.
We could get involved, in other words.
And it has to be all work from the Finger Lakes and all hands-on work. It has to be all handmade work from the Finger Lakes.
Okay.
We are really an advocate for that. There are many beautiful artists in central New York, and we're the best kept secret. We need to communicate to the outside world we are here.
And what kind of artwork do you do?
I'm a faux painter, decorative painter, muralist.
A faux painter?
It's called trompe l'oeil painting, deceive the eye.
Deceive the eye. That's what I try to do every time I get dressed. Okay, deceive the eye. I think I could come and work for you. All right.
I love to create magic. What I've done is over the years, I just incorporate what their needs are into the painting. And I always tell my clients, it's like stepping on a magic carpet, because I go in, I create their space, and then I leave, and yet the magic is still there.
Right, they get to keep going with
They
that.
keep going with it, and it's fabulous.
Do you end up doing commercial work, individual work? For
All. I do commercial and residential work. It's whatever is available.
Okay, so then take me into this First Friday. So how does this translate from what you're doing in the co-op to what's going on with this festival?
Well, First Friday is important to be able to communicate to the outside world that there are artists everywhere in central New York. So we've designed a program where every first Friday of each month we are open from 6 to 9, and we invite the public to come and visit and interact with the artists. 3 of our artists are featured, and we have a musician, we have Delectable Delights, we have
What
we
kind
have
of
wineries.
Delectable Delights? This is a food show.
Yeah, oh yes. Oh well, you know, we have Grammy's Pantry that has been there and has sponsored last month's function, and she came with all her preservatives and great cookies. It was just incredible. The beauty of First Friday is that we have many of the merchants in Skaneateles that whether they sell art or not, they have come on board and display art for that evening. So it is a wonderful interaction to be able to